everybody. Take a moment to choose your pile. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Pile 1, we have a pyrite crystal. That's beautiful. And a traditional Rider-Waite tarot. Pile 2, we have an amethyst. And the Medicine Woman tarot. And pile 3, we have smoky quartz. And the Hoodoo tarot. See you at your pile. Pile 1, those of you who chose this pyrite crystal and the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, this is your reading. So the Voices of Soul message we have for you is a message of peace. Take a deep breath and relax in the knowing that you are divinely covered all the time. There is no lack in your life. There are no limitations. And there is certainly no limitation of peace. Turn within to find the peace that you seek. And know that it is always available to you anytime you should choose to engage with it. I'm feeling like you should spend more time outside, get some sunlight, take a walk, get some fresh air. Also, maybe do some Tai Chi or yoga or Qigong, some type of physical motion to get your energy channels flowing in your body. I'm feeling some pressure on the back of my head with this card. So I feel like you may be someone who is in your head a lot, spend a lot of time analyzing and overthinking things instead of just being. So this card is presenting a message for you to just be, to allow yourself to just be present in the moment and not feel obligated to worry about what the future holds or what has happened in the past, and to just be in the full knowing that you are divinely guided, protected, and provided for at all times. So let's see what the tarot says. I ain't gonna lie to you, pile 1. This is my second time recording y'all's reading, and I was very upset the first time that I got up only to discover that everything that I said had not been recorded. However, everything is in divine order all the time, right? So here we are with your message. So let's see what tarot has to say about the peace that you seek and also what other messages Spirit has for you at this time. Okay. Ooh. That's interesting. These are different cards coming out this time as well, which obviously is a divine message. So okay. Let's see what else we got. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Okay. All right. We got more than 2, but that's all right. Okay, these 3 were together, so I'm gonna leave them together. Okay, so this energy feels very clear to me. It feels like you're being guided to trust your intuition and to know that what you see in front of you or what you are currently aware of is not the whole picture. It seems like you feel like you're at a bit of a crossroads. Could be in life, could be specifically in your career. When I say in life, I mean as far as what you feel emotionally, what just sometimes how you get in a slump and then you just feel stuck because you're not sure where you want to be. You just know that you are not there. You're not necessarily in the place that you want to be, but you don't know where you want to be. So it could be a bit of that. It could be that you're at a crossroads in your career. It feels like something that you've been committed to for quite some time needs to evolve. There's a shift that needs to take place. Um, you could be dealing with someone who has a very sharp way of communicating. You may have a sharp way of communicating, but I feel like this King of Swords is external energy. Could be someone that you feel has some degree of power over you. Um, but you've made a commitment to whoever this person is in one way or another. It could be in a relationship, actually. But I am seeing a very strong desire to manifest something new in your life, to bring about something new. But you feel exhausted, you feel weary, is the word that I'm feeling. Weary, weak, and worn. Like you have truly been through the storms and you are exhausted. But Spirit wants you to know that you have everything you need to shift this energy. You already have it within you. You have the power of all the elements. The magician has everything. And the high priestess is truly tuned in, tapped into spirit, tapped into the awareness of what's possible. Um, and then we have this page of wands who is ready to embark on a new journey. He is someone who's received the spark of an idea, the spark of a new passion. And that's what I feel for you as well. There's a spark of a new passion coming for you, or you may have just had this like a click, I'm seeing like when you strike a match or something like that, it's like a igniting of something new for you that's happening. And I also see you going towards it. You're going towards it with clarity of direction, with the knowing that one, you deserve it because it could be something that you've wished for, you've hoped for quite some time. Let me cover this up because I don't know YouTube's policies about nudity, but there is a fulfillment in it for you. There's healing in it for you as well. You can rest assured that this is something that is coming for you. Make sure that it's recorded because oh, wanted to make sure it was still recording, and it is, so we good to go. All right, now let's get you some ancestor guidance. It's interesting because now I'm feeling like this could very much be about a relationship. Could be about just your passions in general, but could be about a relationship that has gotten stagnant. You want to bring some new energy to it, but you're not quite sure how at this time. And that is leaving you in a state of unrest, just continuously thinking about it, allowing those thoughts to roll around in your mind and wear you out, essentially. So that could be possible for you as well. So let's get you some assistance. So we have Autumn, Traveler, and the Moon. It's interesting that these three cards came out together because it's a very clear message that it may be time to move on. So in regard to what I was feeling previously about this being related to a career or something that you're passionate about, this Autumn card is about releasing the old and allowing new things to present themselves in your life. Traveler is about changing direction. You see she has the compass here. This is about moving in a new direction. And the Moon is about paying attention to the messages that you're receiving intuitively, which echoes the High Priestess. This Autumn card kind of echoes this Nine of Wands, which can be about approaching the end of your ropes. The Ten of Wands is the end of it's like the end of the progression of the wands, right? So this is a card of reevaluation. You see he's standing still. He's looking at all he's accomplished thus far. He's exhausted and he's just like, what am I supposed to do next? And that kind of echoes the message of the Autumn card. And then moving in a new direction, we have the Six of Wands, which is about moving forward, moving on, moving away from old ways of being and seeking that which is new. And also the Page of Wands is about movement as well. This is, like I said, a new spark of inspiration, allowing something new into your life. So I think that's pretty clear. It's time for something new in your life, and there's nothing that's nothing to be afraid of. Know that the divine has you and is guiding you throughout this entire experience. Get you a Priestess of Light card. Okay. We have precognition and the shaman journey. Okay, obviously you're somebody who is already tuned into what Spirit is saying. Once again, both of these echo the message of the Moon and the High Priestess. You already know what the best choice is for you. I feel like you just want reassurance that you're on the right track. You are on the right track. You know the best decision to make for yourself, and you can trust that you know what you know. You don't have to question that. Spirit is letting you know multiple times here that you got the sauce. You already know. You know what you need to do. You know how to accomplish it. Look, the seer and the journey. Okay, so obviously you are a shaman. Obviously you are someone who is a very high vibrational being. You are someone who knows beyond the physical. So you didn't even need me today. You really did. But I do get the desire for confirmation of what it is that you feel is best for you and what you need to do. So, no, you got it. Here's your confirmation. You got it. You got confirmation 6 times in one reading. So be at peace with what you know, because you know. That's all I got for you, Pile One. All right, Pile Two. So those of you who chose this amethyst crystal, and the Medicine Woman Tarot, this is your reading. So, all right. The Voice of Souls card that you got is fears. So the first thing I'm picking up is that this is about tackling the uncertainties you have about your life. It also feels like a lot of mental energy, a lot of kind of irrational thinking, and a lot of, what's the word? You know, those of you who are channels for spirit, you know, you see stuff and feel stuff, and it's kind of hard to put words to it. That's what I'm experiencing right now. Scrambled thinking. It's like a bundle of confusion. That's what I'm feeling right now. A bundle of fear-based confusion. So Spirit wants you to know that you can surrender all of that. You have a choice in everything that happens in your life. Even when you feel like you don't have a choice, you still have a choice. Even if it's as simple as choosing not to think about that particular thing at that time, that's still a choice that you're exercising and that you have the right to do. Let's get tarot and see what else comes out for you. It does feel like a very specific issue. And I will say, when I was shuffling the cards, this card came out super fast. So I feel like whatever Spirit is about to let us know, it's a message that you need and that you're really ready for. All right, let's see what. Okay, we'll keep that. Shuffle a little differently, see if that helps. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now I'm kind of feeling why it feels like a bundle of confusion, because this is a lot. When I laid this row out, the first thing I felt and heard was, I'm afraid no one will love me. But there's also something about feeling disempowered. Let's get one more card so that we'll have 8, at least 8. There we go. Ultimately, all of this feels like a message for you to learn to love yourself differently or engage in loving yourself in a new way, but also to know that there's nothing outside of you that you need to seek. This is just a matter of perspective. So the confusion that you've been feeling is really just the need to kind of zoom out. You know, when you're in the midst of something, it's hard to have clarity on what's going on because you have your thoughts plaguing you. You have the way that you feel about it plaguing you. And that can be in conflict with the thoughts that you have. You may know from a rational perspective, oh, this doesn't necessarily make sense, but you may feel otherwise. So this feels like just a need to zoom out instead of being in the midst of it. Take a higher perspective. First of all, turn within, access your heart. What I like to do a lot of times is to literally put my hands on my heart and visualize me zooming in to my actual heart space and allowing the divine to guide me in what I see there. And sometimes it'll be things that surprise you, truly. Making sure this is recording. Okay. I had to make sure we still recording because my trust issues flaring up since the first the first take didn't really record. So anyway, yeah, so actually diving into the heart space and seeing what's there. And sometimes it'll be some weird stuff in there. You don't know why it's there. I do believe in transparency. And since this is my channel and you all who are watching are my people, there have been times when I was doing some heart-centered work and I saw like a bunch of books, dusty old books. And I asked Spirit, what is this? And Spirit let me know those were all the ways that I was keeping score of something, keeping score of what I felt my life should be versus what it is, keeping score of how much money I had versus how much money I didn't have, keeping score of old relationships, who did this that hurt, and just all kinds of things that were unnecessary. And when I did that work, I was able to throw all that stuff out. So now when I dive into my heart space via meditation and visualization, it looks totally different. So I feel like doing an activity of that nature may be helpful to you. This feels like you're convoluting different issues that don't have to be mixed together. So with this exemplar of pipes, I feel like the truth of you is that you're a powerful person. You're a powerful individual. You may be in your divine feminine energy. This is a medicine woman tarot. So the images are predominantly women. However, as we already know, everyone has a balance of masculine and feminine energy. So when I say that you may be in your divine feminine energy, that's the energy of creation. That is the energy of intuition. It is the energy of divine wisdom and knowledge. So this is showing to me that you may be in that energy, but you are in need of a fresh perspective, a fresh start in some ways. So how do you do that? So, like I said, potentially doing a heart focused meditation or a series of heart focused meditations. You can write down what you see there so that you can then purge them because they're no longer needed. Whatever you find in there, if it's dusty looking, if it's old, if it's wrinkled, whatever, you can clear it out. If that sounds a bit too complex for you, what you can do is just visualize yourself as a garden and pull up all the weeds. I've done that with clients before, and it presents a transformational energy as well. So we also have the guide here, who is the Hermit. In this deck, I perceive the guide a little differently than the traditional Hermit card, because as you can see, she is facing forward. Her face is visible, and then she has this beautiful sun energy behind her, the mountains behind her. This is the illumination that comes from within. This is the knowing that you are the wisdom of the hermit. You are that illumination that is the guide. And I hope that's not too convoluted as an expression of what I'm trying to say, but essentially, you are the wise one. That's what this is saying. Know that. With the totem of pipes, this is an eagle. Take a higher perspective. Like I was saying, this is time to zoom out. If you're too immersed in your so-called problems of life, zoom out. Take a wider perspective. And if you can't do that, ask the divine for assistance. Ask source to give you a higher perspective, to show you another way of looking at what's going on for you at this time. With the world, we have great changes coming. The Dancer card, everything is available to you. There is no shortage. Everything is plentiful here. Joy is plentiful. You see them dancing. Food is plentiful, so there's sustenance. There are arrows here, which is direction, that certainty, it's intuition, it's purpose. All of those things are available to and for you. We have the Two of Arrows, once again, being focused, being certain of the direction, choosing the direction that you want, making the decision to aim higher. That's something else too. Aim higher. I think a lot of times we're taught by society that we have to follow a set guideline of actions in order for our lives to be what we want them to be. And just to be completely frank, that's a lie. We were taught, at least when I was growing up, I'm an old millennial. So we were taught, you go to school, you make good grades, go to college, get a degree, get a good job. And then we had the expectation that life was going to be grand after that. And that's just not true. There are so many other avenues, but if you only have one way that you've been taught, it's hard to define what other options are available to you. It's hard to know because you only know what you know and you don't know what you don't know. So this is saying to just aim a little higher. So if you've been following a specific path, if you think, oh, okay, I have this degree, I'm in this field, I should make about $70,000 a year, whatever. Shoot for the jobs that are paying 100. Okay, pile 3, those of you who chose this smoky quartz and the Hoodoo Tarot, this is your reading. So the Voice of Soul card that came out for you is a message of guidance. So with this card, I feel like you may be at a point where you feel you need to learn more about something. It also feels like a collaborative effort where someone is guiding you in one area and you may be guiding them in another. It feels very balanced, very um like there's a good flow. That's what I'm feeling. Of course, there's always the element of divine guidance. So, seeking higher knowledge, higher wisdom from your spirit team, as well as from source and from those around you. I feel like you have a lot of people in your circle who are actually very connected. And I don't know if there may be one or two of them that could help you with whatever it is that you feel you need guidance in at this time. I know that's kind of vague, but let's see what comes out in the tarot. And then that may give me more insight as to what you feel in need of guidance about. Or maybe this is the guidance that you need. I don't know. We'll see. Mm. Okay, pal three. So the last cards that came out for you are the Strength card, Black Hermit, and the Garden. So this energy is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I, to be honest with you, it feels very similar to my own energy. So, hey, cousin. But so here we have Father Sims, which immediately gives me the energy of the crown chakra. As you can see, he's wearing a purple robe. And also this rooster down here makes me wonder if you are a channel or if you are like a guardian of the threshold. That's what I call them. I don't know what they're actually called, but people who can see beyond the veil, essentially, and who have been blessed with gatekeeping abilities, whether it be like um, ushering those who are transitioning to the other side by blessing them, or something something of that nature. Like, I don't know, but I feel like you're a very high vibrational being, and that you're kind of constantly receiving divine downloads. As you can see, Father Sims is pouring water onto the rooster. but it feels like an exchange. It almost feels like just, even though we know that the rooster can't pour back, it gives me the feeling of an exchange of energy, like it's not really one directional, which is very, very interesting. So I feel like you are someone who is often receiving divine downloads, and you're also using that energy and cycling it back up to the divine. It's very balanced in its way of being. Also with the Son of Sticks, this is someone who is very special and who is aware that he is a powerful individual. He has 6 fingers. You probably can't see them in this card, but he has a lot of marks of spirit, a lot of the markings of spiritual awareness and spiritual gifts on him. But there are also salamanders at his feet, which are intercessors of spirit. So I feel like that speaks to who you are. This whole spread just gave me like a wash of calm. With the daughter of coins, the ace of sticks, the 6 of baskets, and the ace of knives here, I feel like you're someone who is oftentimes an initiator of energy, someone who may be the first to speak up when there's an injustice, the first to take action when action needs to be taken. And also, you have a very caring and communal way of being, while also maintaining balance within yourself as well as balance in situations. I feel like you're someone who can give someone challenging news or challenging information, but you have a balanced way of delivering it so they're not even offended. It's like you can tell somebody that they smell bad and they need to take a shower, but the way that you deliver it, it's kind of like it just awakens that awareness within them in a way that's not offensive. So that's really cool. I also feel like you have a knowing within you. You know when to be strong, when to step forward and be the strength, when to be fierce, but you also know when to allow your spiritual team to support you and to fight for you, to fight on your behalf. And that is a very important awareness to have, especially if you do spiritual work or if you're an extremely spiritual person, which I feel like you are, those of you who are watching this pile. So I feel like you are the guide. I know that this is a message of guidance. I feel that you are the guide. Like I said, whether you are guiding souls who are in transition, blessing them as they leave this physical body behind, and letting them know it's okay, that their angels, their ancestors are awaiting them to greet them and carry them forward. If you are a divine channel, you are someone who provide spiritual messages to others. I feel like you are the guide. But also, I think the guidance in this reading for you lies in these 2 cards: Black Herman, who was the magician, and the garden. I feel like this is a message to you to make sure that you are being replenished. Yes, you have the ability to do everything, to create everything, you're truly a master manifester. You have all the elements at your disposal, but also make sure that you're tending to your own garden. Make sure that you're doing what you need to do for your roses to grow, allowing that joy and replenishment into your life for yourself. So I feel like that is the guidance for you as you continue to guide others and be the guide for them. So let's get you an ancestor and angel card. Okay, y'all. So I got you some ancestor cards and the Priestess of Light card. So the first ancestor card that came out for you is the Peacekeeper. And it's interesting because you have the Ace of Knives here, and as you can see, she is holding a knife as well. And this card says, let go of the need to be right. I feel like this card is a message to you to not worry about whether or not the person you're conveying a message to is able to receive it. That's up to them. Your role is to just be the channel, be the messenger. You are not responsible for whether or not they receive it. It's just like using this platform now, right? So I'm putting a message out there, but whether or not people receive it, that's on them. And that is dependent on where they are in their own lives, in their own spiritual journey of awareness. So then we also have the Fox Spirit. This card is about knowing that regardless of the changes that take place in your life, you're already prepared for them. You have the adaptability, you have the vitality, and you have the ability to strategize in a way that serves you, that benefits you, just like a fox does. So keep that in mind as things continue to evolve in your life. And I also pulled a Priestess of Light card for you, and Guide came out. I know that wasn't captured on camera. When I tell y'all it's been real struggling with this technology today, I'm not exaggerating. But anyway, I got it done. Hopefully it's still recording now. But the Guide card came out for you, which is a direct correlation to the first card that we received, this Voice of Soul card. So I feel like this is, once again, confirmation that you are the guide. Be that. As you can see in this card, she is using the light from her hand. She's projecting it outward so that she can see the path ahead of her. And I feel like that is the message that Spirit wants you to hold on to. Use the light within you to guide you forward. And then the Shaman card that came out for you is Sacrifice. Looking at this card gave me the feeling of asking yourself what you're willing to release and let go of in order to continue your evolution. I see you being ready to expanding your gifts, to expanding your journey, to receive more, to have more, to embody more. So what is it that you're willing to let go of in order to facilitate that? Okay. That's all I have for you today, Pal 3. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.